Ladies and gentlemen, it is 7 o'clock. We start things on time here at the Republican Party of San Diego County. So please grab a seat, except not in the first two rows. And we're going to get our meeting started. This meeting is called to order at 7 p.m., the April meeting of the Republican Party of San Diego County. And the chair calls forward Dran Reese, who's going to introduce the person who will be giving our invocation. So where's Dran? Okay. Please stand and please pay attention.
I'd like to introduce you to a new member of the Republican Party, Pastor Ray Smith.
Would you bow with me in a word of prayer? Father, in the name of your matchless Son, Jesus, the only wise and true God, our Father. Lord, once more and again, that your children have come before you on this day. We come, Lord, with thanksgiving in our hearts. We thank you, Lord, for the joy of just being here together, one with another. Lord, we pray now, Master, that you would bless this GOP. We pray, Lord, you would bless the Republican Party. Lord, give them strength. Bless them, Lord, with your wisdom. Help them realize that it's all about you and not about us. We thank you for all that you're going to do tonight. And we praise you because you are the God of our salvation. We love you and we lift up your holy name, for your name is worthy to be praised. Now, Lord, bless our efforts and bless our strengths on today. In Jesus' name we do pray forever and ever. Amen.
Excellent. Please remain standing, and the chair calls forward our district attorney, the Honorable Summer Stephan, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and with a brief update.
Well, this is my favorite part of the day. Let us face the flag, put our hand on our heart. There's my flag. Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, you can sit down. There are no warrants out for your arrest, I don't believe. There better not be. So, Chairman Kabarik is allowing me to say a few words about the District Attorney's Office and where we are. For some of you who don't know, I'm Summer Stephan. I'm your District Attorney. Thank you. Thank you. And I was told to be brief. I'm an attorney, so this is very difficult, but I will definitely try. So many of you know that I've devoted my entire life to protecting victims of crime and keeping our community safe. 28 years I've done that job at the San Diego District Attorney's Office, rising through the ranks to becoming chief and chief deputy DA, and then as of July 7, your district attorney, and it's an honor to serve. So I've been in this job for longer than I've been alive, not in the job, almost 30 years now. And this is a fantastic community. And the good news is that this year, we are the safest urban county in America. We're at a 49-year low in crime. And that would be good enough for most people, but for me, if there is one victim out there, a victim of a robbery, a burglary, homicide, this is National Victims Week month, so we remember victims who've lost loved ones to domestic violence, to gang violence, to felony murder violence, all of the different violence, and we remember them, and it's really important that we always think about victims and what they have to go through, and that they need a justice system that will fight for them, that will put the bad guys away, and that's what we aim to do. There are several things that I can't talk about, but I want to tell you that we're having a lot of success. If you saw on the news, I partnered with the new U.S. Attorney, and we were able to take $6 million from the Sinaloa cartel, which 20 pounds of fentanyl, which would have killed almost a whole city. And we are hitting hard at these cartels and organized crime. We indicted 18 Mexican mafia operatives that are running all of the gang violence. And this is part of the reason. It's the collaboration with the sheriff, with the police departments. That's not just the DA's office, although we are fighting alongside. We're fighting human trafficking at every end. We are winning that battle. We've driven the numbers 27% in the right direction. We're also fighting the opiate epidemic. And if you know, I'm working on a bill with Senator Bates, so support the bill. We wrote a bill that will allow consumers to know the truth about how addictive and dangerous these opiates are, so that parents aren't giving this to their kids for a small pain and making these kids addicted. Too many parents have lost kids to this opiate epidemic. 400 in San Diego County last year, the #1 cause of accidental death in San Diego County. So we're attacking it through tough prosecution, but also through changing the laws to protect all of us with senators. So we're working very hard. June 5th, my race will be determined. As you know, the parties endorsed me. And so don't wait to November, because it'll be too late, because my election is over June 5th, and I need every one of your help. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Summer. Summer's fantastic, and she said she's the official endorsed candidate of the Republican Party of San Diego County. She's tough on crime, and let's just say the liberal Democrat on the other side is not so much so. So, Summer, thank you for what you're doing, and we're going to make sure you continue to get to do. Next on the agenda is the roll call by Secretary Bud McElroy, or I think Paula Witzel is going to be standing in for him. And please have a seat. If you want to chat, by the way, can we close the doors in the back? And so for those of you that want to chat, those of us in the front, do we want the people in the back to chat? No. If they want to chat, they should go where? Okay, we're fine with either, right? But just please, if you want to chat and network, that's fantastic. That's what we're here to do, to plot and scheme the defeat of Democrats. But if you want to do that chatting, please do that on the outside. And in the meantime, we're all friends here, so, feel free to huddle up. Ladies and gentlemen, Paula Witzel.
Okay, here we go. Brian Jones. Dustin Trotter. Frank Hilliker. Ron Hall. Jim Kelly. Eric Anderson. Randy Vopel.
John Minto for Randy Vopel.
Joel Anderson. Duncan Hunter. Lisa Gunter. Debbie Lenson. Gina Roberts.
Here, ma'am.
Claire Plotner.
David for Claire.
Austin Miller.
Here.
Lee DeMayo.
Mayo here.
DeMayo, excuse me, I'm sorry. I never get that right. Marie Waldron. Ben Sullivan.
Jerry Kern for Ben Sullivan.
John Buell. Dan Hughes. Judy Reese. Leslie Schneider. Amanda Rigby. Rocky Chavez. Pat Bates. Daryl Issa.
John Franklin.
Carl DeMaio. TJ Zane. Tony Kovarik. Jeannie Folkrad. Elliot Schroeder. Lynette Williams. Brian Manshine. Richard Bailey. Elizabeth Spillane. Jeannie Roach. Julio de Guzman. Monica Fay. Dan Holstein. George Williams. Barrett Tetlow. Missy McCann. John Moore. Jordan Marks. William Baber. Bud is absent. How about Alan Candelor? Luis Paletta. Lincoln Picard. Paula Witzel, I'm here. Craig Candelor. Robert Santos. We have a quorum.
All right. For the 95% of you whose names were not read, this is your elected Republican Central Committee. They stand for election every 4 years. It's the race right after dog catcher on your ballot in June of 2020. But it is very, I wasn't finished, but it's a very important grassroots position. So they represent the Republican Party, and we'll be doing some endorsements today, some of them in public, and then we'll do some of them in closed session. But if we have all our elected committee members and alternates, please stand up so everybody knows who you are, and thank you for your service. Basically, these are the conscripted volunteers. All right, moving right along. First on the agenda is the adoption of the agenda. The agenda has been distributed to committee members. Is there a motion to approve the agenda? Moved by the person right in front of me always, Gina Roberts, seconded by Julio de Guzman in my periphery there. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Next on the agenda is the approval of the very exciting minutes from the February meeting. The minutes have been distributed to committee members. There's a motion to approve the minutes by Judy Reese, seconded by Debbie Lenson. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, we're moving right along. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we can do these meetings fast and efficient or slow and boring. Fast and efficient? Okay, good. All right, excellent, good. Who's the one guy who wanted slow and boring? Okay, throw him out. Next on the agenda is the filling of a vacancy. We have a full committee. I think we have all but 2 members here today, which is good because we're going to be doing a lot of voting. But we have a vacancy in the 80th Assembly District. And the way that we fill vacancies is that we have the caucus nominate somebody, and then the full body will vote to confirm or reject that person. So I understand there's a vacancy in the 80th. And Paula, since Bud is not here, is there a nomination to fill the vacancy? Robert Santos, is he here? There, okay, Robert Santos, do you accept that nomination? Are you sure? Okay, we just do that, it's a disclaimer thing, our lawyers made us put it in, so. All right, all those in favor of filling the vacancy with Robert Santos, committee members and alternates only, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, congratulations, you're in. Next is by the way, we are live on Facebook. So if you want to help, is this an exciting room? I mean, I walked in here, I thought it was super exciting. So if you can go on Facebook and look up San Diego Republicans right now and just share our live stream. We have 491 RSVPs for tonight. And by the way, how many people are here for the first time today? Please stand. Please stand if you're here for the first time today. Welcome, welcome. We're thrilled to have you. Republicans are leading forward in San Diego, and this room is proof of it. Don't believe the media spin. The economy is on fire, and we'll be able to ask every voter come June and November, are you better off now than you were 2 years ago? And I think the answer is going to be absolutely yes. Thanks for being here. Please check out our table exhibitors and consider signing up as a volunteer. For a donor club, donate your money. You can join a donor club at $100, $250, or $1,000. You get a cool fancy badge. or sign up as a volunteer to walk a precinct. The way we do it is we're going to endorse some candidates. That'll be our slate of candidates for June. Then we want to make sure that we visit every Republican at their doorstep and use the Catholic guilt trick on them. Are you going to be voting? Our country depends on you, Mr. Jones, and your wife turning out to vote. So we have a whole precinct organization if you want to volunteer to walk your precinct. We're not going to be like the unions where we send you to, 3 cities over. You get to walk in your own precinct. Speaking of events, how many here attended the Lincoln Reagan dinner? Did you have a good time? It was fantastic. Our guest speaker was Mark Janus, the plaintiff in the Janus versus AFSCME case. And that case is going to be decided by the Supreme Court. And basically all that means is that if you work in the public sector, you have a choice of whether to join a union or not. This crazy idea, that somehow in this issue, Democrats aren't pro-choice. And come to think of it, they're not pro-choice about, free speech on campuses. They're not pro-choice on the Second Amendment. And so I think we're going to call the Democrats bluff. And when the Supreme Court comes down ruling, it will probably come down in our favor. And that's going to be a game changer for us in California. There's a taxpayer revolution brewing in California. It starts with having a Republican in the top 2 for governor. And we have a very good chance. We have 2 candidates, Travis Allen. Any Travis Allen fans? Any John Cox fans? Well, one of them is going to be in the top 2. I can feel it. And another thing we're going to have going for us in November is, has everybody here signed the car and gas tax repeal? Okay, that's going to be on the ballot in November. Thanks to many people, but also in large part to our own Energizer Bunny here in San Diego, Carl DeMaio, who's hiding somewhere. He's probably gathering signatures as we speak. So tonight we're going to hear from San Diego County candidates, and afterwards committee members, those that you were introduced to, will go into closed session to deliberate on whom to endorse, if anybody, for a couple of races. Whenever we have more than one candidate, I want to explain for everybody here how it works. Whenever we have more than one candidate, it requires a 2/3 vote of the committee members to endorse one Republican over another. Our committee has issued endorsements in many races available on our website, SanDiegoRepublicans.org. We have about 2/3 of the races already covered, and we're going to cover the rest of them today. And as far as ballot measures, there's only one ballot measure in June. And that is that the city of Chula Vista, how many people here from Chula Vista? Okay, how come we all sit in the center somehow? You all came in together? The city of Chula Vista, in its infinite wisdom, they raised the sales tax by 0.5% in 2016, and now they're coming back with a proposed another 0.5% sales tax increase, blank check sales tax increase. Is there anybody here who thinks that's a good idea? Are we going to defeat that sales tax increase? Yes. Absolutely. That's going to be measure A. For those of you who live in Chula Vista, we encourage you to help us defeat that. And thanks for being here. The best way to be involved is to make sure that you get our emails. If you're not getting our very important emails, Freudian slip there. If you're not getting them, that's the best way to find out where you can volunteer and what kind of activities we have. So if you're not getting our emails now, go to SanDiegoRepublicans.org and put your email address in there. It's mobile friendly. You can do it now if you're not getting our emails. We have a packed program, so let's keep things moving. Next up is our treasurer, Jeannie Fulcraw. Jeannie?
Good evening and welcome to all the newbies. I love it. There was quite a few people who stood up, and that's fantastic. As many of you know, money is the milk of politics, right? So it's a good thing that we're in the positive, 6 digits on the right side. We're not in debt. And I think Tony might talk a little bit about the Lincoln Reagan dinner, but it was quite successful. We had over 900 people there. And it's not cheap to go, but it's well worth going because we had some great speakers, as he mentioned, Janice, and we also had the governor of Nebraska, thank you. And I didn't know it, but he's part owner of the Cubs. So it was really a fantastic talk. I was inspired by him. So again, we're not in debt. We're 6 digits on the right side of the decimal point, and we're doing really well. We would love for you to join a donor club, and you can go in the back and join one if you'd like. Right? Thank you.
We don't give out exact numbers because there's always a Democrat, union boss spy in the room. So committee members can get all the info from Jeannie. Next on the agenda is our executive director report by Jordan Gascon. Jordan, where are you? And Jordan's doing a great job.
Good evening, everybody. First and foremost, thank you all for being here. Second, if you haven't heard this before, then I obviously haven't talked to you. Take out your cell phones. Text RPSDC to 53445. If the spamming on your emails isn't enough, I'm going to make sure to send you one text message a month to let you know what we're doing. Everyone's kind of talked about the Lincoln Reagan dinner. We had over 900 people, and we raised over $500,000. I believe is the 4th nor'easter kind of messed up our dinner because our gifts didn't quite make it. They got stuck in the snow. So if you did attend, we do have your party gift in the back. Please make sure to check off your name before you go. Make sure to grab that. If you took a picture with the governor, we also have your pictures printed in the back. So please stop by there before you leave tonight. And because we're doing so well, before we get into the election season, we always grow a little bit as a staff because we take on so much responsibility. And I'm very pleased to announce tonight that a gentleman that gave us over 1,000 volunteer hours, Kyle Kissinger, has now joined our team as the campaign coordinator. So, round of applause for Kyle, please. And in the interest of keeping this meeting short and on time, I'm passing this off back to Tony.
All right, fantastic. Before we hear from the candidates for County Supervisor District 5, Congressional District 49, and State Assembly District 76, we're going to take care of some Republican incumbents who are up for re-election in November. There are nearly 400 elected offices up in November. It's not even counting June. 400 offices. About half of them are held by Republicans, and half of them are held by Democrats, all kinds of weird people who we wouldn't want to trust with the public purse. So we want to re-elect our 200 Republicans, and we want to field candidates for the remaining 200 seats. So in the weeks and the months ahead, please watch our email. And if you live in one of the districts where we're looking for a candidate, guess what? You can run for office. Because as long as you believe in not growing the size of government, not raising taxes, and you know how to balance your checkbook, guess what? You're already more qualified than whoever's in the seat right now, okay? So we need good people to step up. A lot of those Democrats are going to win by default otherwise, and I think that's illegal, actually. Our bylaws and endorsement rule allows for a consent list prepared by the executive committee. To pull a name from the consent list requires a majority of committee members from the assembly district primarily covering that area to notify the chairman by noon today. I can report that no names were pulled, so the chairman will entertain a motion to adopt the endorsement consent list, which has been distributed to members. Moved by John Minto, representing Randy Vopel. Is there a second? Seconded by Ron Hall. All in favor say aye. Aye. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay. Motion carries. We've endorsed a bunch of folks, and we're going to hear them all come up in a second. Next, our bylaws provide for the chairman to issue endorsements after the close of filing, where there's only one Republican running or where only one has submitted a questionnaire in good order. In a minute, we'll hear from our candidates to come up and say thanks, and I'll read the chairman's endorsement candidates first. I know many of the candidates are here today. We want to give them an opportunity to come up and say, so this is for you candidates. Shh. Okay. pay attention. You can, when I read your name, that means you were endorsed, and you can come up and you can say as much as you want in one breath. First, I saw one lady go, as much as you want, you know, all these politicians coming up, they're going to take half an hour. No, as much as you want in one breath. What your name is, what you're running for, and thank you to the volunteers and committee members of this committee for the endorsement. So with that, I'm going to actually pull one and make a little bit of a special announcement on him. If I can only find my notes. Oh, look at that. I'd like to ask Sheriff Bill Gore to come up here. Sheriff Bill Gore is keeping, as Summer Stephan mentioned, is keeping our county safe. This is the largest county. We're a border county. We had several meetings with the sheriff. We wanted to discuss CCWs. That is an issue that's near and dear to all of our hearts. And, by the way, it's kind of in the Constitution. And I'm glad to report that we've met with the sheriff. And he's now, for the last several months, we have an approval rate. I think it's somewhere over 96%. So if you seek one and you meet with the sheriff and you provide what's required, chances are you'll get one. There were a couple people that were thrown out. I think we're good with that. A couple people were on the FBI list, like no. And I don't know, some people were, So anyway, but nonetheless, we're going to hear from all of them, but I wanted to start with Sheriff Gore. I want to say something real quick. Sheriff, you're endorsed.
Thank you. I could take a deep breath. First of all, thank you for the endorsement, and I want to echo what Summer said. Crime is at record lows in San Diego County, and that doesn't happen by accident. June the 5th, if the district attorney, Summer Stephan, and I don't get elected, I guarantee you we will take a gigantic step backward in this county. We can't afford to go backward when it comes to public safety. So thank you for your support, and in June 5th, we'll both be, it'll be over. We'll save everybody a lot of money, and we'll keep that trajectory headed down with crime in San Diego County. Thank you very much for your endorsement.
Perfect. All right, that was the one exception. Everybody else, we can line up over here, I guess. As I read your name, come up and say your name. We're going to have Honorable Brian Jones, State Senate District 38. Luis Vargas, State Senate District 40. Honorable Herbert Exarjo, Superior Court Judge. Honorable Gary Creep, Superior Court Judge. Glenn Guggens, Chula Vista City Council. Steve Stenberg, Chula Vista City Council. Eric Lund. Actually, I'll skip the names. John Olson, Bill Exeter, Teresa Rosiak, Diane Hickman, Lauren Casuto, Alan Candelor, Mark Packard, William Wells, for mayor, Gary Kendrick, Sam Abed, Ed Gallo, John Masson, Lori Bragg, Bill Baber, Guy McWhirters, Steve Voss, Dave Gross, John Mullen, Ron Hall, Rob McNellis, John Franklin, Glenn Dickey, Eric Ray, Jill Bartow, Bill Durney, John Peterson, Tina Pope, Zesty Harper, Jim Kelly, Robert Shield, Gary Woods, Rebecca Bassan, TJ Zane, Roger Dome, Ken Fox, Barbara Ryan. We're getting there, guys. Randy Lenack, Kathleen Coates-Hedberg, Diana Verbecki, Frank Hilliker, James Peasley, Bill Pommering, Doug Wilson, Aaron Lump, James DeGustino, Pete Jenkins. And we have two non-incumbents that are deemed targets. We've endorsed Darnisha Hunter for Imperial Beach City Council and Rebecca Jones for San Marcos Mayor. All right, let's do it in quick fashion.
Good evening, I'm Brian Jones, State Senate, 38th District. Thank you very much.
Escondido was not a sanctuary city. Escondido is not a sanctuary city. And Escondido will never be a sanctuary city. We're going to keep us safe. We are making Escondido great again, and we will keep Escondido great again. Thank you for your support.
Stay up here. Brian, stay up here. We're going to do a photo afterwards. I forgot to say that. Go ahead.
Bill Baber, La Mesa City Council, and the man who drew after Sam Abed.
Gary Kendrick, El Cajon City Council. Thank you so much.
Lauren Casuto, Community College, District C. Let's take away power from the teachers union, put it back to the students.
Good evening, San Diego. Guy McWhirter, City of La Mesa, City Council. Thank you.
Good evening, Eric Lund, running for San Diego County Board of Education. And thank you to the Republican Party. Let's go.
Herbert Exaros, the second most senior judge in this county, seeking re-election, and I want your support. Thank you very much.
Steve Voss, Mayor, City of Poway. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. John Masson, Escondido City Council. Thank you for your support. Appreciate it very much.
Ron Hall, City of Santee.
Lori Bragg, City of Imperial Beach, most southwesterly city in the continental United States, seeking my 4th term of office. Thank you for your endorsement.
Bill Exeter, Grossmont, Cuyamaca Community College, District 2. Thank you.
TJ Zane, President of Poway Unified School Board, the only Republican on Poway Unified.
John Mullen, Poway City Council, committed along with Mayor Voss to keeping Poway conservative. Thank you.
Brandy Lennox, Grossmont Healthcare District, seeking re-election. Thank you very much.
John Franklin, Vista City Council. Thank you very much.
Jim Kelly, Senior Board Member of the Grossmont Union High School Board.
Joe Bartow, Cajon Valley Union School District, seeking my 6th re-election.
Bill Durney for the High School Board of the Great Conservative City of Escondido.
My partner in crime, Tina Pope, Escondido Union High School District Board of Education. Thank you very much. God bless America.
Zesty Harper, Escondido Union School District. Thank you so much.
Teresa Rosiak, Grossmont Cuyamaca Community College Trustee, Area 5. Thank you for your support.
Rebecca Bassan, La Mesa Spring Valley School Board. Thank you so much for your support.
Dr. Gary Woods with the Grossmont Union High School District. We have a majority. We need to keep it.
Frank Hilliker, Lakeside Water District, lowest water rates in the county of San Diego.
Steve Stenberg, City of Chula Vista, District 2. We're bringing back the shift of power.
Bill Pomerang, seeking my 3rd term, Padre Dam Municipal Water District. Thank you for the endorsement.
Doug Wilson, Padre Dam Water District. Thank you for your endorsement.
Rebecca Jones, Vice Mayor of San Marcos, running to be the first woman mayor in San Marcos. So grateful for your support.
Eleanor Evans, Oceanside Unified School District, and thank you for continually supporting me. Thank you.
Superior Court Judge Gary Creep, seeking re-election. Thank you.
And saving the shortest for last, Rob McNella, City of Santee. God bless you, and thank you so much for all your endorsements in the past. Thank you for this year. God bless you all.
All right, we're going to have to huddle up here. This is not going to work. We need like 4 rows, so tall people in the back, just like school pictures, when you remember. And let's not go too far out, and let's get our photographers up here. Yeah, this will be a fun YouTube moment if this thing crashes. There you go in front. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
I said sideways pose.
Up. Back, roll back. Back, roll back.
Is that better? It's not much difference.
Who do we look at?
Gina. Guy in the middle there. Blue.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey. I usually have to do that for pictures too.
There we go. All right. Get it done.
Now we got to shuffle.
Single file.
All right. Woo! Let's have another round of applause for the ladies and gentlemen putting themselves out there, running for office. Okay, so let's start it. We're going to hear from... Okay, we have 3 races we're going to hear from candidates from. The first race is the Supervisor District 5 race. Supervisor Bill Horn is termed out. He's been a champion for property rights. We gave him the Lifetime Achievement Award, and we have 2 Republicans running for that seat. And as we have candidates come up, the only thing I would say, please remember Reagan's 11th commandment. Okay, so if you want to draw contrasts, that's fine, but just let's try to keep it clean. And the fact is, we love to have any of these Republicans over whoever the labor unions are putting up. So with that, Oceanside Councilman Jerry Kern is running for supervisor. Please come up. And they have 5 minutes each, so we're going to have to try to help me keep them honest. Mr. Supervisor to be.
50-50 chance. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do the chatting outside.
All right, thank you. Thank you all for being here today. I appreciate everybody here. I've been on the Oceanside City Council for 12 years. Ever since I've been elected, I've been riding the front line of doing the things that the party wanted me to do. Lower taxes, keeping things under control. I led the effort to make Oceanside a charter city, which actually helped the Tri-City Hospital Board because they used our JPA on their building and saved them tens of thousands of dollars. So I'm all about saving taxes. I got the Veterans Association of North County built in Oceanside. And this week I'm working on getting the Boy Scouts a slip at Oceanside Harbor so the Boy Scouts can start the Sea Scout program in Oceanside. I come from the largest city in the district. It is a full-service city. That means we have our own police, fire, water, harbor, airport. So I have all those things that qualify me to be the supervisor. All those things that the county deals with, I have dealt with at the city of Oceanside. So I think I'm probably one of the best qualified people for this job, for the job I've been doing for the last 12 years. 9 years ago, everybody in this room knows that I went through a union recall because I wanted to do 2 things: cut their pensions and not give them exorbitant pay raises. When I went to the mat on that, they tried to recall me. And with the help of the people in this room, we defeated that recall. And I appreciate everybody's help. So during the recession, our budget went down to almost 0 reserves. I worked really hard. We raised it from 0 to $66 million without raising taxes. And we haven't raised taxes. When our city, when the special interests pushed for higher taxes, I said no. And I will continue to say no. Every election cycle for the last 6 cycles in Oceanside, I have opened the North County Republican headquarters, sometimes at my own expense. So I have opened that for all our North County candidates. I have helped people get elected in Encinitas, Carlsbad, Vista, Oceanside, on school boards, on city councils, on Tri-City Medical Board, on Maricosta boards. I have been in the front line of getting our candidates elected in Oceanside and North County. And I've always opened that headquarters. And I've made it available to all our Republican candidates. So hopefully you'll take that into consideration when we talk about who's done most for the party. Now, I just want to see a show of hands. How many people think that our party should stand for our beliefs and our priorities, what we believe in? Oh, come on, show of hands. How many people believe that we believe in lower taxes and smaller government? Now, the one distinction in this race is that we all fought against Measure A, the Sandag fraudulent tax. I was with you on that tax. I fought hard, and with your help, we defeated that. So if we're going to be a party, we have to stick to our priorities and what we believe in. So the idea that, are we going to stand with people that stood with us, or are we going to stand with people that stood against us? It is going to be your choice. So how are you going to explain to people out there that if you don't endorse me, that you endorse somebody else, that you endorse somebody that fought against us on Measure A? That is the real choice here today. You're going to have to dig deep inside and say to yourself, are we going to go with our values and what we profess that what our values are? Or are we going to vote against those and vote for something else? So it's not up to me, it is up to you. What do you believe that we should do? Should we stand with our other people that stayed with us, or should we not stand with us together? Tony's giving me the hook. He's my timekeeper over here. So I appreciate that. It's better than the little red lights. So I have a proven record of getting things done. The idea, there's some people that walk the walk and there's some people that talk the talk. I've been walking the walk for 12 years. I've been on the front lines fighting for our party and fighting for Republican values for 12 years. Hopefully, I've earned your support tonight for my endorsement. Thank you very much.
For the record, with 15 seconds to spare. Okay. It'll be like the Oscars, like whoever has the shortest gets a jet ski or something. No, there's no jet skis. Next is our candidate. He is currently the mayor of San Marcos, Mayor Jim Desmond.
Oh, well, hello, San Diego County Republicans. All right. I'm San Marcos Mayor Jim Desmond. I am a constitutional conservative, and I'm here to protect your property rights and your Second Amendment rights, which is why I'm endorsed by the most conservative supervisor on the Board of Supervisors today, that's Bill Horn. I'm here because, as a supervisor, I want to continue to work with the party. I want to help elect Republican candidates, to raise dollars for the party, and build a bench. To elect Republican candidates, I've held fundraisers at my house for Congress members, Assembly members, and supervisors. To raise dollars for the party, I've been a Lincoln Club Platinum donor sponsor at the Lincoln Reagan Dinner. I'm sorry, not Lincoln Club, the Lincoln Reagan Dinner, and have raised thousands of dollars for the party. I'm a Reagan Club donor member and also a delegate for the state party. And I'm helping to build a bench in North County. As you saw earlier, you endorsed Republican, my vice mayor, Rebecca Jones, to replace me as mayor of San Marcos. I'm a strong supporter of repealing the gas tax, which is why Carl DeMaio endorses Mayor Jim Desmond for supervisor. Yes. I'm against the sanctuary cities and sanctuary states. I personally signed the amicus brief against the sanctuary state of California. I'm a very strong supporter of the Second Amendment and access to CCWs, which is why I'm endorsed by Gunther Guns of Carlsbad, by A.O. Sword in El Cajon, and North County Firearms in San Marcos. I'm a limited government fiscal conservative. In San Marcos, we contract as many services out as we possibly can so that we have a less of burden on our taxpayers. I'm endorsed by many of our fellow Republican mayors. Mayor Steve Voss, Mayor Sam Abed, Mayor John Minto, Mayor Bill Wells, Mayor Kevin Faulkner, and Mayor Richard Bailey, all great stalwarts in the Republican Party. I'm also endorsed by the Associated General Contractors, the California Republican Assembly, East County, the Mexican American Business Professionals, and I'm a very proud member of the San Diego and Imperial County Boy Scouts of America. All right. I'm a proud Navy veteran. It was the best decision I ever made in my life. Now, some people think your wife is your best decision, but I wouldn't have met my wife if I had not joined the Navy. I have a degree in electrical engineering from San Diego State. I've been a business owner. I've been married for 34 years, have two great adult children, and I'm currently an airline pilot for Delta Airlines. I've been flying for Delta Airlines for over 32 years. And as a mayor and as a pilot, I have never spent more money or more fuel than I've had. Okay. So I'm proud of accomplishing pension reform, health care reform, and infrastructure reform in San Marcos. We've always balanced the budget, and we've always had strong reserves. There are three main differences between myself and my Oceanside opponent is today, on the Oceanside's webpage, they're asking for a half-cent sales tax increase in the city of Oceanside. And you click on the link and it says they need it for police, for fire, for potholes, for 911 calls. And whether my opponent supports it or not, that's the position that Oceanside is in today. They have to go for another half-cent sales tax for basic government services that we prioritize as number one in San Marcos. The other issue we differ on is marijuana. I do not support the retail sales of marijuana dispensaries. I'm the mayor and leader of a city for the last 12 years. The buck stops here with the mayor and the voice of the community. I've been an airline captain and a leader on an airplane. I have a crew of 12 people, 250 passengers. I'm going 250 miles an hour, or 500 miles an hour through the air, and I've had hundreds of thousands of people's lives in my hands, and I've got them all and delivered them safely. My campaign is on track to win. We have outraised, out-endorsed, and out-campaigned the competition. As supervisor, I will be loyal to the party, loyal to the Central Committee. My door will always be open, and my cell phone will be answered. As supervisor and a constitutional conservative, I will continue to employ the principles of fiscal conservatism, limited government, supporting property rights, and the Second Amendment. So I'd ask you for your endorsement tonight, District 5 County Supervisor, and I will make you proud. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Also 15 seconds ahead. All right. Man. All right. Well done, gentlemen. Thank you very much. We'd love to have, either one of you over the Democrat. Next, we're going to move on to the 49th Congressional District. There are 3 candidates that have been forwarded to the full committee for consideration. Stop, Samsung. Be quiet. 3 candidates have been forwarded to the full committee for consideration. This is Congressman Isa's seat. Congressman Isa is not seeking re-election. And we have 3 candidates, Colonel Rocky Chavez, Diane Harkey, and Kristen Gaspar. We're going to first hear from Colonel Rocky Chavez, the loud one in the back over there that said, "Hoorah!" Rocky, please come up. Let's give a round of applause.
I just got to ask this before we start. Can you even see me out there? Okay, I just want to make sure we got it all together. Hey, you know what? This may surprise you, but the Democrats want to take over Congress, the House of Representatives. What do we say about that? No. You're damn right we say no. Let's try that again. What do we say about that? No. And the 49th Congressional District is the #1 targeted district in the nation. Let me say that again. The 49th Congressional District is the #1 targeted in the nation. You can look at the Cook Report. You can go read the papers from the past. They think they're going to take this damn seat because there was a gentleman named Applegate who was a Marine who ran against ISA with no money, took ISA out, came within 1,000 votes. And now they're going to come back again. Now, Darrell Issa is a wonderful man, gave a lot to the community, but he decided to retire. But if you're going to beat a Marine, find a Marine. Find a real colonel, a colonel who actually served in the field, commanded 9 different times, responsible for the safety of lives as they went ashore. Not some damn lawyer, no offense if there's anybody out here who's a lawyer. But not a lawyer who sat in the back and worried about somebody tripping over things or worried about going to some court-martial, but a Marine who was in the field, freezing on the DMZ, which I did, and defended this country. And now you saw the papers over the weekend. We have serious issues. This is a congressional race. We're not talking about school board or council, which are great jobs. But we're talking about Syria. And Syria has decided not once, not twice, but too many times to use chemical weapons to wipe out innocent women and children. And what did Obama do about it? Not a goddamn thing. Let's get it straight. What did he do about it? Oh, boy. We need to do it. We need to have somebody who's been in the military, who's been overseas, and says, you know what? You need to have a congressman that'll stand up and say, this is unacceptable. And I was talking to somebody earlier, they said, well, what would you do if you're a congressman? Well, I got news for you. Having been a graduate of the Air War College, I can tell you, you don't just sit out there and do a strike and say, there, you like that? What you do is you come back and you figure out, I want to take out their air capability to deliver those resources, and you bomb them not once, not twice. You bomb them until they don't come up again, and that's the way you do it. And that's what a congressman who is a Marine knows how to conduct it. Now let's talk about some other things people may care about. I'm worried about Iran. I'm worried about Korea. I'm worried about China and Russia, because when they have nuclear weapons, they can change our country. They can put us back to the Stone Age. I'm a nuclear weapons deployment officer. I was trained by the United States military. Those are dangerous weapons, and we should not be messing around figuring out what North Korea is going to do. I've sat on the DMZ in Korea, and I can tell you, they're not nice people. And if you think you're going to get them along by talking to them or having a cup of coffee, that ain't going to happen. So you need to get yourself somebody who's going to go to Congress who understands this. Well, somebody says, oh, you're just going to be a freshman in the back bench. I've never been in the back bench. You know, I will be the only Marine career officer in Congress that served a whole career in the Marine Corps. The only one. I will be the only Republican, Mexican, American heritage in Congress. But let me tell you this, before you go too far in this. As I've always said, when they said, oh, Rocky, you're the Mexican-American Marine, I'd say, bullshit. I'm a Marine. And my father fought a battle, it says, and when he went in World War II, he said, you are an American because I fought a war for you. And that's who I am. So I'm going to end this for this. I'm going to end you with this, because I'm getting hooked. This isn't about me. It isn't about how I part my hair, because I have no hair. This isn't about you, what you don't like because of my color of my tie. This is about beating the Democrats in the 49th Congressional District. And there's only one person who's done it in every poll. There's only one person who's raised the money to do it. And actually, there's been one person who sometimes is not endorsed by this crowd, and I still kick their ass. So the deal is this: if you want to win it, get a Marine. Thank you.
I wish I had as much hair as you. Maybe work on that enthusiasm thing a little bit. There we go. All right. Thank you. Next is, let's see here, Diane Harkey, our Board of Equalization, a member also running for the 49th District. Please come up here. Let's have a round of applause for Diane.
Well, thank you so much. I'm at a little disadvantage because I can't roam around with this thing, but let me just tell you, you guys really make a difference. So starting out with that, I want to say that. I spent 30 years in banking and corporate finance. I left in 2001. I ran for office in 2004 for my city council. I was mayor in 2006. I was in the legislature in 2008, 10, 12, and then I got elected with 61% of the votes in 2014 State Board of Equalization. And it covers Orange, Riverside, San Diego, Imperial County, bottom portion of San Bernardino, the perfect state of Southern California. Yes. And let me tell you what I learned. I have been all over the state, and we're just different down here. We've got more Republicans, more energy, and San Diego is really the tip of the spear for all of this. So I want to thank Tony very much and all of you for your enthusiasm. But I was also elected by my peers, which is not a majority Republican board. I was elected for the first chair of the board Republican in 15 years. Now, that's no easy task, believe me. But we actually saved lives and businesses daily from the board. I stopped gas tax increases, another 4 cents that was coming down your way. On a 2-2 vote, there was no action, so the tax was not raised. I am a champion for the gas tax initiative, for Carl DeMaio's gas tax initiative. I have written presidential opinions to help you with tax issues. I've heard appeals. We've resolved over 400 different cases for people in your neighborhoods. Nobody likes a tax problem. It haunts them and it kills them. It just takes forever to get done. We were immediately, I think you've read some of the testimonials. We were immediately there for your people. I am running for this district because, quite honestly, we need some help. And yes, we do need to save the 49th. I got called by Darrell Issa the first week. I did not ask for this, and when he first asked me, I said, oh no, flip the 49th, not me. But let me tell you why I decided to do it. I feel like I've done just about everything I can at the state level to help our county and to help our state. And so this is another opportunity for me to use the skills that I had, the legislative skills, the local political skills, and also to use for tax policy, for regulatory reform. I've worked on all of these things from the board and from the legislature, and I have been very, very successful in making a difference for you and making a difference for the party. And I have held events all over the county. I've worked really hard in San Diego because nobody was even here before from the Board of Equalization. We had seminars on sales taxes. We had seminars on business. We held a big event in Escondido, which helped all of San Diego County, connecting women to power. We had 1,500 people showed up for these seminars. I'm trying to help people so that they know what to do, so they stay in business. We create more taxpayers and less tax users. I am against sanctuary state, and I came out early. I am for building the wall. It makes sense. It makes sense. It works for us. San Diego has 15 miles of it, and it works. And I really, really want to save our state. It starts here. So I'm not going to say, I've got a long, long list of endorsements. I am the only candidate that has a solid conservative voting record. I'm tried, true, and trusted. This is going to be a very nasty campaign no matter who gets in the seat. And I have also had very, very nasty elections. But let me tell you what, I know who I am, I know the truth, and I know I can help you. I don't worry about it, I stay focused and just do what I have to do. And right now we have to win the 49th. Very important to win the 49th. And with you I can do that. I need your help, I need your muscle, and we can stop the blue wave with the red crush. So thank you very, very much for your time. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the work you do. Stop by my table, come see me, sign up. We need help, and check my voting record. It's clear. Check my life. It's clear. Thank you.
Thank you. We have one more candidate that's been forwarded to the full committee for consideration. She's our county supervisor. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Kristen Gaspar.
Well, good evening. I'm Kristen Gaspar, proud chairwoman of the San Diego County Board of Supervisors. It's an honor to be here tonight and introduce you to my campaign. Now, one of my favorite slogans is, make the 49th Congressional District seat safe again. Because up and down the state of California, there are congressional seats at risk. Ladies and gentlemen, this does not need to be one of them. And into the future, I am the only candidate in this race that can make the seat safe again, and I'd like to tell you why. First and foremost, how I ever got involved in politics. For those who aren't elected officials in the room, how many people are enthusiastic about running for political office right now? Yeah, I didn't think so. And I wouldn't have raised my hand several years back before I served either. Politics was never a part of my plan. But there's something really important in my home, and it's 3 young children. And when my kids were born, I thought a lot about their future and whether it would be better and whether it would be brighter. And I got to a point in time where I couldn't answer that question with a yes. And it scared me enough to want to run for political office. I was a small business owner. I've grown a business with my husband. We have now 7 office locations with 140 employees. And I packed those kids up in a red wagon, and I just started walking door to door. And I come to you today with a perfect track record of beating Democrats. That's right, a perfect track record. My first race as a complete newbie, walking door to door with my kiddos. I ran against 2 Democratic incumbents in a Democratic city and came out the top vote getter. Then I went on to run against a Democratic incumbent in the city's first ever elected mayor's race. And guess what? The city of Encinitas, a Democratic city, had its first mayor, and it was a Republican mayor. So this is something that's rich in my history. I know how to beat Democrats. And last time around, I don't need to refresh your memories. When I ran for office, when I ran for county supervisor, I did something that hadn't been done in 32 years. I unseated an incumbent Democrat. This is what I know how to do. This is a challenging district. Please do not forget that this district is not an easy district to be a Republican in. I have nothing but a perfect track record of winning tough races against Democrats. I'm also really excited that this is the year of the woman at the ballot, because I have the right gender in this race. And ladies and gentlemen, this seat belongs to a San Diegan. In the primary, 68% of the votes coming out of here in San Diego. In the general election, 75% of the vote coming out of San Diego. Ladies and gentlemen, do not gift your congressional seat anywhere else but to a San Diegan. A San Diegan should win this seat. The final piece. You need resources to run in this race. Our resources are strong. The movement is strong. Over the last 9 weeks, I've raised $250,000, and we're well on our way to hit all of our benchmarks to run a successful campaign. Now, working in these challenging districts, I want to share with you that I have a great track record of success. Doing things from a minority position is difficult to do. Chula Vista, better wisen up, because in the city of Encinitas, from a minority position, I was able to block a sales tax increase. There is no reason why Chula Vista should be moving forward with theirs. I want to share something with you tonight, because many of you know I've been leading the charge for the San Diego County San Diego County Board of Supervisors in fighting Governor Brown with his dangerous sanctuary state policies. And I need your help. And I'm going to give a shout out to 2 people that have been really helpful in trying to rally the troops to our April 17th board meeting, where we will be considering joining Orange County, joining the federal government in that pushback against sanctuary states. So I want to share something with you. First, Carl DeMaio, thank you very much for engaging the community, getting people to show up to that meeting. Thank you, thank you. I don't see Gus Long in the back, but he was here earlier today. Strongest supporter out there that I have, rallying the troops. Ladies and gentlemen, this in my hands, these are the people that support the dangerous sanctuary state policies that I've communicated through my supervisorial office right here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm really, really pleased to share this with you right now. This right here represents the people in San Diego County who have written to me personal emails saying, Kristen, thank you. This is exactly what we need to be doing, fighting back, taking back San Diego County. Really proud to be a part of this movement and can use all the help I can get. In 72 hours' time, we've gotten 3,000 people clicking on a link, signing up, all of these emails. We're going to make the 49th congressional seat safe again, and I'm just so pleased to be a part of it. Thank you.
Tag? Thank you, Kristen Gaspar. Next on the agenda, we're going to switch. Those are the 3 candidates for the congressional district. We have now the 76th Assembly District. That's the district currently represented by Assemblyman Rocky Chavez, who is obviously running for Congress. And so we have 3 candidates. We have Phil Graham, Mo Muir, and Amanda Rigby. So first we're going to hear from Phil Graham. Phil, come up here.
Good evening, fellow Republicans. I see a lot of friends in the audience, and that's very easy to say for one reason, because I've been coming to these meetings every month for over 3.5 years. I have not missed a single one because I care like you do. And I wasn't running for office most of the time either. I came because you are the heart and soul of the Republican Party of San Diego. And in talking to you over the last 3.5 years, I know a lot of us have been wringing our hands that Sacramento is lost. Our state is lost. In many ways, it has been. The number one reason is because you don't have enough Republicans elected in Sacramento. Now, so there's an issue right there. The other issue is the district that I'm running in, the 76th district, has always been Republican, 100%. This is the first year the Democrats have decided they're going after this seat. They want to turn it blue. So normally it would be a very tough thing to say, well, now what are we going to do? They're coming after us. They have more money. They have more resources. But folks, friends, I have good news for you. We have an opportunity ahead of us. If we decide to take it, that can change the makeup of Sacramento. Why do I say that? Because Tony already talked about the Janus case. The Janus case is so monumental when it's decided. It will slash the Democrats' funding between 30 and 50%. I want you to imagine that. On top of that amazing opportunity, if we take it, is that the Democrats have gone way too far left. They've overreached. They've overreached on taxes. They've overreached on things like single payer. And let me say a few words about sanctuary state. This is the issue that Republicans need to run on. This is what makes California great if we join the lawsuit, the Trump lawsuit against California. It is dangerous, it's unconstitutional, and it puts everybody who lives in our state in harm's way. It's absolutely insane. The Democrats don't care about the public safety. They care about their own power. I came out earlier, way before any of my opponents, and came out and was resolute and said, we have to join this lawsuit. This is the future of our state. So the question is, okay, you know what I believe. But I'm not going to Sacramento just to be a good Republican vote. I will be a good Republican vote. People know me in this audience. They know I'm a conservative. But we need to do more. If your elected officials go to Sacramento and just be a Republican vote, we will be in the same position 10 years from now. We'll be in the super minority. That can't happen. So the Janus case gives us the unique opportunity that I haven't seen in 10 years to actually win Republican seats back. And so this is my promise. I am not running just to be a good Republican vote. I am going to Sacramento to actually get more Republicans elected. I know how to do it. I have the energy to do it. I have the business experience to do it. And I'm also working my tail off. I've walked thousands of homes. My doctor actually says I lost 11 pounds, so I'm kind of... Thank you. I take that. I don't know what I'm going to look like in a few months doing this, but the fact is I've been walking a lot of homes, I've been talking to a lot of people, and no one likes fundraising, I promise you, when you're running for office. It's just not fun. I don't like it either. But let me tell you something. Who we're really running against in this seat? Lorena Gonzalez. Lorena Gonzalez, well, I know, listen. Lorena Gonzalez has handpicked her person in this seat. And Lorena is going to make sure that person is well funded to the tune of $500,000 to $1 million. So whoever is selected as the Republican going into this has to be well funded. There's no option. And I am proud to say I've been walking a lot, but also raising money, small amounts and large amounts. I've raised over $200,000. My closest competitor in this race has raised less than a third of that. So, with that said, I'm going to Sacramento to lead and fight for you. I need your help now, and when I get elected, I'm going to need your help. And together, with teamwork and hard work, we can take back the assembly. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much. Next we have Mo Muir. Mo Muir is not here. She couldn't make it. So Christy Guerin is here in her stead. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Mo Muir stand-in. Christy Guerin. Christy Guerin.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Christy Guerin, former mayor and council member from Encinitas and former district director for Brian Bilbray. I'm currently elected to the Liebenhain Water District and appointed to the San Diego County Water Authority. More importantly, I am a friend for the past 25 years and supporter for Mo Muir, who is running for the 76th Assembly District. Mo could not be here tonight. She was very torn because she had a pre-planned family vacation and asked me to be here on her behalf. She did not give me this statement. I wrote it myself, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed that after the fact she will like it and still talk to me. But we'll see. You guys can let her know. This race is very important for Republicans to maintain this seat in the Assembly. I don't have to tell all of you how this state is being run into the ground in Sacramento. It's hard to fight when the other party has a supermajority, but Mo is a fighter. She has run in campaigns that have been much harder than this, and she works harder than anyone I've ever known. She's been going door to door for months now with a large team of supporters. She has name recognition already in the district when she won a contested seat on the large school district board there. She stood up against the teacher union-backed incumbents and beat them, coming in first, and she was campaigning every day just as she is now. While on the school board, Mo has the support of many parents who are voting for her and not their party line because they've seen firsthand her integrity and hard work. She's the perfect candidate because when you look at the demographics of this district, she can make it work. Mo's voted against exorbitant pay raises. She's voted down an anti-Second Amendment resolution and campaigned against a bond measure that was no friend of the taxpayer. She formed a coalition in the city of Encinitas because, to our horror, and that's where I live also, we had ag growers that wanted to cultivate marijuana and sell it instead of our flower fields. Not going to happen, and Mo is the one that formed a coalition to do that. Her and her husband have supported multiple Republican candidates in school district races to congressional races. They have raised money, hosted very successful fundraisers, and worked hard on campaigns. This is important to note when this race could be anyone's. However, I think the buzz out there is about Mo. People in the district are talking about the candidate who's out there meeting them and discussing important issues. They're jumping in to support her long before other candidates have even fully gone into campaign mode. I know all of you will be thoughtful and really evaluate how strong each of the candidates are in all the important areas. In this race, Mo is the one to support. With your support and all of us, she can make a difference in Sacramento. Thank you. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you. I think this is today's winner. I think you're like a minute and a half left. All right. Round of applause for being prompt. I think that gains you votes. Lastly, we'll hear from a member of our own committee, but the councilwoman in Vista, also running for State Assembly, the Honorable Amanda Rigby.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so glad you're here tonight, and I thank you for your time. I'm Amanda Rigby. I am a conservative Republican, currently serving in my second term on the Vista City Council, and I am running for the 76th Assembly District. I stood before you in 2012 to ask for your support, and I shared with you my vision for my city of Vista. And it was with your help and endorsement that I was elected to the City Council, representing over 100,000 residents. You supported me, and together we made some changes in Vista, including to our code, making it easier to do business and be competitive, fighting initiatives that were not, by fighting for the elimination of the red light cameras, by eliminating our structural deficit while at the same time increasing our emergency reserves. We restructured our bond debt, where we now save our taxpayers over $1 million a year that goes back into our community. And I worked very hard going back and forth to Sacramento, fighting Sacramento so that our cities can maintain local control. Because of my record as a responsible, principled, and tireless public servant who kept to the vision, The good people of Vista re-elected me in 2016 because I get the job done. I was immediate in my opposition against Sandag's Measure A, and I was honored to be one of the recipients of the Taxpayer Champion Award in the 2017 Lincoln Reagan dinner from this party. I have fought the gas tax, speaking in opposition alongside fellow electeds countywide. And I actually announced my opposition at a press conference in March of last year, 2017, again alongside many fellow electeds who are in this room. And each of these measures, as well as many others, my efforts did not stop merely with a press conference, but I included phone calls, letters, and sometimes meeting with our legislators and speaking at committee in Sacramento. As the next Assembly member from the 76th District, I will take these same values and principles and my work ethic with me to Sacramento, and I will continue to fight the high taxes, the job-killing regulations, the bullet train to nowhere, and the sanctuary state. High taxes, nonsensical fees, and unreasonable regulations have turned the American dream into a nightmare for many. I will fight to make housing affordable for all Californians again. And as a San Diego native, hearing that our once great state now ranked lowest in the nation for quality of life, I find that unacceptable. And I will fight to turn that around and make our golden state shine once again. I'm frequently asked, why do you want to go to Sacramento? Are Republicans even relevant? Well, I believe our Republican principles of lower taxes, less government, and supporting all provisions of our U.S. Constitution, and as a member of the San Diego County gun owners, I'm particularly interested in what this state is trying to do on our gun rights. I think these principles will always be relevant. And I see these principles resonating with people across the state who have been so heavily impacted by the negative and failed policies coming out of our state capital. Serving on the Revenue and Taxation Policy Committee for the League of California Cities, I have worked with folks for years on that committee who are finally coming out unafraid to speak at these meetings in opposition for these tax increases. And these are people from both sides of the aisle who are now seeing the impact in their community and are willing to stand up. Proverbs 29:18 says that where there is no vision, the people perish. Well, Republicans are relevant because we are the party of vision, of values, and of respect. I recognized long ago the important work that our party does, which is why I have been actively involved for 2 decades. I walked my first precinct in 1998, and I manned my first office in 2000 at that presidential election. For many years, you've seen me at every monthly meeting, at every Lincoln Reagan dinner, and at the party office working for our candidates, phone banking. I've been walking precincts all over the county every election cycle. And again, I was honored by this party to receive the Volunteer of the Year award for my efforts. It has been said in the past weeks that the California State Assembly is not an entry-level job. I agree with that. Our candidate must be one who has a proven record of being an effective leader, of being in the arena, fighting for the people and getting the job done. I am that candidate. I'm accessible, transparent, and a tireless advocate for the people I represent. I take initiative to bring forth items that are important to my constituents, and I never shy away from tough conversations. Whether it's a campaign or my job, I get it done. My extensive experience in both city leadership and party leadership make me uniquely qualified to be the party's endorsed candidate and the next Assembly member from the 76th District, and I humbly ask for your support. I thank you again for being here this evening and for all that you're doing for us. God bless you.
losing weight by running for office? Man, I should think of that. Or who was that? It was Phil Graham, whatever, just disappearing before our eyes. So let's have a big round of applause for all the candidates putting themselves out there. Committee members and alternates have a long evening ahead of us, so this concludes our public portion. And so we're going to recess, and we're going to reconvene as in closed session in 10 minutes. That doesn't mean you take 10 minutes, clear as soon as you can, but no later than 10 minutes. Committee members and alternates, please stay and grab your Lincoln Reagan Dinner Party favor if you haven't already. Visit the tables, and committee members or candidates who are being voted on also, don't go home, but wait outside. So let's clear the room, please. Committee members and alternates only.